Today I'm going to show you how to make Asian vegetarian duck. This is a succulent alternative to steak, and it's completely vegan because it's made from tofu skins. So the way that we make this is by rolling together flavorful, silky tofu skins into these little bundles, which we're going to then steam over some hot water. And then to finish off, we're going to pan sear them just to give them a little bit of color at the very top. Here are the ingredients you'll need. The star of the show are the dried tofu skins. They come in a package that's like this, and there's a little window for you to do a bit of an inspection. And what you're going to be looking for is one that appears smooth, not cracked, and is slightly translucent. Other ingredients here that you see are really just adjustable based on how you like the flavors to go. We'll start by making the marinade that'll infuse the tofu skins with all that beautiful flavor. So first things first, we're going to give that knob of ginger a really good beating to unlock its flavors. We're going to put it in a small sauce pot, measure 1/8 cup of light soy sauce, and we'll add it to the pot, turn the stove on to medium-high, and now we're going to add 1.5 cups of water. Add 1 teaspoon of sugar. And in this bowl I have some other seasonings as well. Chinese cinnamon, 3 cloves, and 1 star anise. This is where you can really vary it up based on your own preferences. If you don't have all of these ingredients, 5 spice powder is a perfect substitute. And since I like to have things a little bit spicy, I've included also 1 Thai chili that I just sliced lengthwise. Now finally, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of Chinese cooking wine, 3 tablespoons of dark soy sauce just to give it some color, and we're going to then cover the pot, let it simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes. While that's going, let's go ahead and chop up some scallions and cilantro. These are just garnishes we're going to put on at the very, very end, so we're going to set these aside. At the end of about 10 minutes, we're going to turn off the stove and let the marinade cool a little bit just by opening the pot lid. Let all that steam escape. Once things have cooled, scoop out all of the herbs, the chili, the ginger. Nobody really wants an accidental bite of any of that. Now comes the fun part where we roll up our faux duck. So here's what the tofu skins look like out of the package. You can see these are just translucent, neatly folded circular sheets. I'm going to unfold them. Okay, and by the way, here you see that there's a loose half sheet or so. That typically happens, that's okay. I'm going to tie it together into a little knot and then throw it into the marinade. Next, I'm going to take some kitchen shears and just cut away about 1 to 2 inches all around, and keeping together all of these skins together as I cut. This part can be done pretty sloppily. I couldn't cut in a perfect circle to save my life, and that's just okay. The goal is sort of twofold here. We want to make the remaining circles small enough to handle so they don't just spill over my entire work surface. And also we want to be able to take away the cutaway piece and make it the core of my tofu skin rolls. So I'm going to tie those together and throw it into the marinade, and they're just going to drink up all of that beautiful flavor very, very quickly. It's a lot faster than marinating the entire skins altogether just because of the sheer volume that we have. We're going to wait about 5 minutes just to let those things soak. And once it's ready, you should notice that the tofu skins you put in the marinade have become a cream color rather than being translucent as before. And that indicates that it's become reconstituted. So we're now going to use this as a brush to paint on the marinade into our big circular tofu sheets. And we're going to do this 1 layer at a time. And it gets a little bit messy, but that's okay. Get a towel handy. Okay, so notice what I'm doing, just painting, brushing on the marinade onto 1 sheet at a time and making sure that I can get as much of the marinade all over as possible. When you're at the last sheet, we're going to try to put in as a little bit more marinade on top, and then we're going to put the cutaway tofu skins in the center, fold it up. And because this cutaway skin is already completely saturated with all of that strong, good flavor, this will help ensure that the center of our tofu rolls is really, really flavorful. So this is how I'm folding it all up. Next, we're going to grab a steamer, Fill it with about 2 inches, 3 inches of water, and then turn the stove on high. While the water is heating up, we're going to cut our long roll into portions that'll fit very nicely. So for me, that's going to be into thirds. Once the water is boiling, we're going to put in our tofu rolls, close the lid, and let the water go to a simmer. We'll let that go for about 15 minutes. And after time is up, we're going to lift open the lid, and you're going to see that the rolls may have wilted a little bit, and that's completely okay. We're going to turn off the heat. We're now ready for that final step, the pan fry. So get a wok ready, turn the stove on high, and just add a bit of vegetable oil, enough to coat the bottom. Once your oil gets really hot, we're going to add in the tofu rolls, single layer. And you might have to do a little bit of nudging on these tofu rolls. They might get a little sticky to the steam pot there, but that's just okay. So now we're trying to get a little bit of color on these in the frying pan. So gently put them in and resist the temptation to move them around a whole lot. They're probably going to stick anyway. If you feel that the pan is too hot and you see the edges burning a little bit, turn the heat down just a notch. After about 2 to 3 minutes, give these a flip to sear the other side. Again, you may need to nudge them a little bit just because they're probably prone to sticking. All right, so we're now getting towards the very end. You can see that beautiful golden sear on top. We're going to pour on the remaining marinade and let that reduce a little bit. After about 1 or 2 minutes, we're going to transfer the tofu rolls onto a plate. We're going to pour the marinade on top. And you know what? I don't really mind the bits that stuck to the bottom of the pan either, so I'm just going to scrape them off, pile it on. And now you can cut this just as you would a regular steak. Look at all of the layers inside. It's almost got as many layers as a phyllo dough pastry. I'm going to garnish this with some freshly chopped cilantro and scallions. And they'll add a really nice bright contrast to the soy-flavored tofu skins. And there you have it, Asian vegetarian duck. Very, very flavorful, juicy, a really great alternative to steak any night of the week. Hope you guys enjoy it.